You're listening to On Purpose with Aisha Cogborn. And guess what? I'm Aisha. I'm on a mission to help people connect their purpose and passion with their profession. My goal is to bring you conversations with regular people like you who are bold enough to pursue their dreams, along with the tools and resources to help you pursue your dreams too. Be sure to subscribe to the show so you don't miss an episode, and visit onpurposepodcast.com for links to the things we mention on the show. Now let's get started. Thanks for tuning in. For the next few episodes, we're going to take a departure from our typical interview format to do a little teaching. So as you know, I started the Platform for Purpose Incubator back in 2017. Well, actually, we started Platform for Purpose in 2017. We started the Incubator in 2019 to help experts and thought leaders communicate more effectively and make a greater impact by building a platform. Now, that could be speaking, a podcast, events, books, the list goes on. But I know there are a lot of people who are struggling. So I'm dedicating 6 episodes of our podcast to share 12 things to start or stop doing to be more successful when it comes to building a purpose-driven platform. This is episode 2 of 6 in the series. So if you missed the last episode, be sure, go back, check it out. You don't want to miss that. I'm going to give you a lot more context too around, why building a platform is important. But if you'd like to access all 6 episodes right now, go to mybrandonpurpose.com, drop your email address, and I'll send all 6 episodes to you. So we covered tips 1 and 2 last time. So let's head into tip number 3. Overcome perfectionism. Far too often, we don't start because we're trying to get everything right, but you won't get it right until you start. And I'll tell you, this is something that I've struggled with as I've built my business over the past now 13 years at the time of this recording. And we've been taught by, our teachers and our parents from a very early age that the work that we put out into the world is a reflection of who we are. So everything we do, it has to be perfect, right? We want the gold star. We want the A. We want to operate at the highest levels of excellence, right? But what happens when that desire for excellence keeps you paralyzed? Shortly after I moved to Arizona, it's been over a decade now, I participated in a business incubator program, a bunch of tech folks mainly who were in it. And that's when I first learned about the MVP concept. MVP, if you're not familiar with it in this context, stands for minimum viable product. Minimum viable product. Now, in the tech world, founders are encouraged to put together a version of their product that gives them the opportunity to start testing their assumptions. You may think certain features are important to your customers, but are they really? What if you build in your mind what the perfect product or the perfect service is, only to find out you got it all wrong? So as you build your platform, your version of a minimum viable product might be testing out your keynote or training with a free audience before pitching yourself for paid engagements. So instead of being frustrated about how small your audience is for your podcast or your live streams, what if you saw it as an opportunity to instead perfect your craft? The more practice you get in, the more reps you get in, the more confident you'll be. And the more your audience grows, you're going to realize that you've grown too. Along with overcoming perfectionism, when it comes to your platform, learning to embrace your personal imperfections can allow you to make more authentic connections with your audience. from your accent to your goofy laugh. I know I got a goofy laugh. So there it goes. I didn't even do that on purpose. To perhaps the gap between your teeth or whatever other standout characteristics you possess, whether that's physically or personality wise. Look for ways to make them a part of your personal brand instead of looking at them as flaws. Now more than ever, people are looking for authenticity. They want to know that they don't have to live this carefully curated, Instagram filtered life to still be successful. Because guess what, y'all? That is exhausting. But when you know who you are, flaws and all, it may actually draw the right people to you. Tip number 3, overcome perfectionism. Now let's move into tip number 4, find your voice. Have you ever had a friend rave about how good a movie was and then you watched it and you hated it? Does that mean that your friend has bad taste in movies? Well, maybe, but probably what it means is that that movie appealed to the people that it was created for, and that just doesn't happen to include you. Now, if you don't remember anything else that I share with you in this 6-part series, I want you to get this. You are not for everybody. I'm going to say that again. You are not for everybody. There will be people who will love you, who will resonate with your message and feel like you are the best thing since sliced bread. And there will be people who won't like you at all, just like that movie. In fact, you're probably doing something right by differentiating yourself enough that people either connect or they don't. So don't water yourself down trying to appeal to everybody. You have to tap into who you are and the lens that you see the world through if you want people to keep coming back for more. When one of my former clients, Lavista Jones, was starting her business to focus on helping with women business owners to be more efficient through systems and automation, she realized that most of the experts were approaching this from the standpoint of just productivity. But as someone who had experienced burnout and as a new mom, she realized it wasn't about being more efficient so that you can do more for her clients. She wanted to help women free up their calendars so they could learn to put themselves back on the to-do list. And this led her to blending in a message of self-care as a key element of her platform and in the way she actually works with her clients. And to this day, I haven't heard anybody else approach operations efficiency and automation from that perspective. That came from her life, from her experiences, not what she read in a book. Now, you may see your role in building a platform as just disseminating information, but guess what? Google will always have you beat when it comes to disseminating information. People are going to be attracted to your platform because of the way you disseminate information. And that requires you to tap into your unique voice. Well, how do you do that, Aisha? I'm glad you asked. Whatever your topic is, take a step back and think about what isn't being talked about. Are there topics that aren't being acknowledged by existing experts because they're too taboo? Or are there just not mainstream enough? Are there perspectives or voices that are missing from the conversation? Even when you just take a step back and think about this whole notion of best practices, we may have adopted things or acknowledge or accept certain things as best practices, but those are shaped by the individuals who are sharing that information. So guess what? If you have different people sharing information based on their experiences, you may have a different set of best practices. So ask yourself, are there standards or principles or cliches that have been accepted as truth around your topic that you don't agree with? And if so, perhaps there's an opportunity to offer different best practices that may work for different people. And ask yourself, how do your personal or professional experiences influence or inform the way that you see the work that you do? Chances are you've digested tons of information on your area of expertise. And if you're not careful, you'll simply regurgitate what's already been said. But bringing a fresh voice to the topic requires you to get quiet and to really think about how you feel and what you think. Value that. Stop telling yourself that no one wants to hear what you have to say, because they do. The fact that you disagree with the status quo may be the reason why your voice needs to be out there. Because there are other people who may be disagreeing with it too, but they don't know what else to do. They don't know what other options exist. And you may be coming with that solution. So don't be afraid if your perspectives upset people. Now, don't just be a troll because we know there are people out there who have built platforms on just being difficult. Like they say stuff that they don't even believe because they just want to be controversial. And that's dangerous. And it's not authentic. And if you're doing this thing for the right reason, you're building a purpose-driven platform. That's what we're talking about in this series, building a purpose-driven platform. So if you're talking about building a purpose-driven platform, it must be authentic. So be authentic about who you are and what you believe as well as you're sharing across your platform. So tip number 3 we've shared today, overcome perfectionism. And tip number 4, find your voice. So next week, we'll cover the next 2 tips. But again, if you want access to all of the episodes right now, go to mybrandonpurpose.com, drop your information. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Platform for Purpose Incubator, it's been around the incubator's been around for the past 2 years. Platform for Purpose as a program has been around since 2017. I am so excited because the new cohort is getting ready to start. And so I encourage you to head over to platformforpurpose.com, learn more about the program, because it is really focused on helping you to really build the knowledge and the skill base that you need to build a purpose-driven and impactful platform. This is not about ego. This is not about being popular. This is about impact. This is about helping the people that we've called to serve. And so you're going to come out of this program being a more effective professional speaker. You're going to be more competent and confident when you are on camera, behind the microphone, no matter if you're interviewing someone or you're being interviewed. And here's one of the things that I'm so excited about. You are going to come out of this program as a published author. Writing a book is a lot of work, and maybe writing your own book is in your future. And that's something we can even work on together. But you're going to come out of this program as a published author. And I'll tell you, that looks real good when you are positioning yourself to the people that you want to help. So the program is intimate because we don't want you to get lost. You're not going to be overwhelmed, but it is limited to 15 new participants. So go over right now, platformforpurpose.com, check it out, apply. There's no obligation by applying. That just lets me know that you're interested. You want more information, it lets me know what your goals are, and it allows us to be able to schedule a conversation so that we can see if your needs and our program are a match. So I look forward to hopefully having a conversation with you soon. Well, that is it for us right now. But until next time, be sure to live each and every day on purpose.